Great crosshair placement makes Valorant look so easy and clean, like the kills just walk into your waiting arms. Yet a lot of players struggle to keep their crosshair placement perfect all the time, like Cryo does in this clip. I'm Crosshair, and in this video I'm going to break down how to improve this. So let's take this bind hookah area as our example. What I think most players are pretty good at is pre-aiming common angles. So if we expect someone to play this rather common angle in hookah, we pre-aim into the wall, crosshair at head height, and we peek out and we one-shot this guy. GG easy, right? Where it gets problematic though is when we need to start moving through the open and cover some ground, and we need to clear some angles. We're thinking about which utility to use to clear hookah, the side execute, etc. And typically either the crosshair placement starts slipping like this, where we maybe drop head height and it kind of ends up being in no man's land, or especially once we get closer to the angle that we want to pre-aim, the common angle, we already pre-aim into the wall while still shift walking to then peek out like this. And both of these are not ideal, because in both scenarios you're not ready for the 20-4 enemy Reyna to peek you on in timing and dismiss out, or for the enemy Cypher sitting in a ready off angle over here, just waiting for you to shift walk into him with your crosshair not ready, okay? And so in both these scenarios we've dropped our guard because we don't have perfect crosshair placement. How do we fix that? We set ourselves an anchor. So an anchor is going to be the angle that you approach and that you feel like the enemy might peek you from, so where the most danger is. In this case it's going to be this hookah entrance here, and no matter how you move through this area, you're always going to stay with that anchor, and you're going to keep your crosshair half a centimeter to a centimeter next to that angle. And you're going to see this in the clip from Cryo as well. When he comes onto the split A side late, he expects enemies to come from heaven or later on from screens. So first his anchor is heaven and he stays with his crosshair there and he's ready for someone to peek, and then he switches to screens and he's also ready for someone to peek from there. And sure enough, the Jet tries to get a pick with the operator, and so he's at all times ready for someone to peek from his anchor angle, and that's why he's able to get the kill on Jet. Now, what you do in order to clear this off angle space here until your common angle is coming up is you're going to do edge tracking, okay? So your crosshair stays where it is, and you walk around the angle as far away as possible from it so that you have maximum angle advantage, and this way you're ready for someone to be in any of these different positions. From here to here you're always ready, and you have a decent chance at killing the guy. And you can actually see Cryo doing this as well when he enters screens and there's the Astra smoke and he's trying to maneuver around the smoke and he doesn't exactly know where the enemy Sage is positioned, so he's doing edge tracking and he's killing the enemy Sage successfully. Now obviously we cannot do edge tracking all the way into hookah because a common angle is coming up, and if you shift walk into a common angle, not only is your crosshair placement not going to be ideal, but you're also going to be very slow. The enemy probably has angle advantage on you and he just will kill you very easily. So now you need to combine the two, okay? So you need to combine edge tracking until your common angle is about to come up, then you put your crosshair into the wall, you stop walking forward, okay? So you edge track, you stop walking forward, you put your crosshair into the wall, you can correct yourself a little bit, reset your mouse position, make sure you have head height, and then you strafe out and you try to kill this guy, okay? Make sure that you're slicing the pie. This is very important when you're doing these strafe peeks. Don't peek out wide like this unless you know an enemy is there and you want to wide peek him. But if you don't know if someone is there or not, don't peek like this, because you have perfect crosshair placement for all these angles up until here now when you peek this. But if someone is positioned over here or somewhere here in the middle, you don't have perfect crosshair placement anymore, okay? So we want to slice the pie and we want to first peek this, and now it depends if we have another pre-aim peek or if we have more off-angle ground to cover, okay? So in this case, I could peek one more time like this and then peek this left side. And now it's probably time that I move forward, so I'm using edge tracking again to move forward up until here where someone can play on the box, so I can swing the guy on the box, do a little bit of edge tracking, and then swing this final angle. And you can see how when I'm clearing this hookah area, edge tracking and pre-aiming are both coming together, and I'm making sure that at all times I'm ready and I'm able to, you know, pre-aim when it's necessary, and then edge track again and pre-aim, and then edge track and pre-aim again. And you can see Cryo doing this as well in waters. So he's first setting his anchor, someone can peek him from low in the waters area, and then he is pre-aiming towards the upper side of the rope, and then when he gets contact towards the lower side as well, where the race is, and because he's pre-aim strafe peeking her, he gets an easy trade kill on his teammate. Now, before I give you the final and most important tip of this video, let's talk about how to track your crosshair placement progress, because for that you should use our amazing and completely free analysis and improvement tool, Insight. It offers you tons of insight into your gameplay, strengths and weaknesses, and so for example, you can check how your hit distribution stat currently looks like and how it skyrockets hopefully after you improve your crosshair placement with this video and hit those clean headshots. Link to Insight is down below. Now, one thing which is very important is that you give yourself time and space, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, obviously there's not always going to be one perfect anchor that we can set ourselves. Imagine the following scenario. We are trying to go towards A, and my team gets held up there, and now I want to re-clear this area in front of hookah, and I don't know where an enemy is, okay? So now we need to go anchor by anchor. So first someone could peek here, right? So I come up here and I edge track this until I arrive here, and now I can do a couple of pre-aim peeks, you know, maybe jiggle this off angle over there so I don't get caught off guard, you know, that I peek this and then I peek here and someone is over there. So you could jiggle this and pre-aim this angle and then pre-aim the right side, and now someone could be over there, right? But someone could also be in an off angle here or here. So what do? I don't like go like this and then, you know, peek like this, but instead you set your anchor and you edge track that anchor until you come up here, and then you can peek this guy and then maybe quickly check the left again. Now we set our new anchor, which is going to be here, and we can check a little bit if someone is going to be there. Doesn't look like it. Someone could be very sneaky and could be over here, right? And wait for us to walk in there and just not check, be lazy, bam, we're dead, okay? So first I cleared this. Now I need to give myself some space again, because I don't want to walk in here like this. I'm exposing myself here, I'm exposing myself here, I don't have the angle advantage. This is not great. So what do? Like, you can clear the left side with cover from the right box. Now I can move back, I can get my angle advantage back, and I can safely clear this, okay? Now, once again, I don't go from here to here, you know, this is very uncomfortable. The wall is so close, I don't have angle advantage. So you clear this, you move back, you reset, you edge track again until you come up here, then you pre-aim peek and you pre-aim peek, and then you move in here, okay? And then the same thing. I once also saw someone in a VOD review who was clearing up until this right side box and even like under hookah, which was great. And then he made the same mistake where this wall is so close that it's uncomfortable, and he just swung like this. And you're exposing yourself to like 300 angles, and you know, an enemy could be in every single one of them, and your crosshair is not ready at all. So once again, give yourself some time and some space from the angle. Just take a breath, you know, think about which is the first angle that you're going to get exposed to when you move back out of cover. Well, it's going to be this cubby angle, right? So you move back as far as you can without exposing yourself to multiple angles. So this is too far, we're exposed to multiple angles. So I can move up until here because I still want to strafe out, right? And I can peek cubby. Now I can move back even a little bit further and I can peek CT. And now I can peek the right side of tube. And now I can move back even further because I know the tube is covering me. And now I can peek the left side of tube and move back a little bit further, come up until this elbow area, and I can peek elbow. And the same thing applies. I just cleared all these angles. Now I have this big ass wall in front of me. Don't go back like this, okay? Someone could have peeked or changed position, whatever. Someone rotated in. Give yourself some space, back off, peek towards here, peek this side. You can even peek left side CT first and then right side CT and then cubby, okay? So give yourself some time and some space, make sure that you connect the edge tracking of your anchor and then your pre-aim peaks, and you will have perfect crosshair placement all the time. Now, as you've seen already in this video, movement and crosshair placement go hand in hand, so I highly recommend that you watch our movement guide next. It's linked right here. I'll see you there.